host, Tonya TKO. I'm a self-love specialist from TonyaTKO.com. I hope you learn how to love yourselves and one another. As you see from the title of this video, we are doing a drive today, a live call-in drive to get the petition signed to stop Cardi B from talking about Black American issues. We did an entire show yesterday. I'm going to show you some clips from that show. But before we do that, let me get the link for this video so I can send it out to the text notification squad so that we can get you all in the building. So welcome in, everyone. Welcome. All right, here we go. Because I felt like this needed to be spoken about. I just... I felt like it needed to be spoken about. I took down some notes and I'm going to let you all speak about how this has affected you. If she was able to see a petition with 600 signatures, we're working to get this up to at least 1,000. You know, there are 40 million African Americans in the United States. So we can get 1,000, we can get 10,000 signatures so that maybe somebody in the Cardi camp, one of her handlers or somebody, can get her the help that she needs to be able to get some sort of historical context, to be able to get some sort of humility so she's not speaking on, so that she has the respect. You know what? Let's not jump into that just yet. Let's go ahead and get the link out to the people on the text notification squad, because this is too much. And we as Black people here in this country, we are not gatekeeping our image enough. We have far too many spokespeople who are stepping up onto political platforms, political arenas, on social media. You know what? Before we get into it, let me go ahead. So look, in the description of this video is the link. And so let's go ahead and get this party started right now. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to get this link inside for the text notification squad. And then we're going to... Perfect. I just sent that out right there. All right, let me get the notification sent out on Telegram. And so my goal is that enough of us will be able to sign this, right? So that we can get Cardi the help that she needs, because Belcalis is a little confused. And you know, I'm from the Bronx as well. So let's go ahead and... Oh... So you all already starting to talk about it, which is fine. So you can express yourself by calling in. And so let's go ahead and get live on these other platforms. We are live on Twitch. We're live on Twitter. We're live on Facebook. We're live on LinkedIn. And of course, you know, we are live on YouTube. There's the text that just went out right there. So welcome in, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am your host, Tonya TKO. Let me go ahead and let me get the music turned down just a little bit so that we can talk about this. All right. I am your host, Tonya TKO. I'm a self-love specialist from TonyaTKO.com. I help you learn how to love yourselves and one another. And on this channel, we use viral topics as teachable moments for what self-love or self-abuse looks like in your life. And today, I want to talk about this whole Cardi B situation. Last night, we went live, and there was something that was just troubling me. You know what? As a matter of fact, let me put the link let me get the link right here and put it inside the chat of all platforms. There you go. So on the various platforms, so you all are on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, you're on LinkedIn, go ahead and share this video. We're going to be live and I'm going to be having you call in. So share it and get people to sign the petition as we are live. I put this in the Telegram group before we came on. And so far, let's see. So we're doing a live petition drive right here. And so this is where we're at. Let me do a refresh. We had 20 signatures when we first came on. And let's see how many we have now. We have 21. All right. So we got one extra person to sign the petition. Wonderful. I'm gonna give my intro on why I feel that this is problematic. And then how did we get here? What's going on? You didn't see the show last night? I'll play a little bit of it for us tonight. So basically, there's this guy, a Nigerian guy by the name of Groovin Gorilla, and he began dancing in these wild dances in, for white audiences in restaurants. And there were some restaurant owners that I guess felt that he was good publicity or whatnot, and I guess they began to pay him. This is what it is that it seems like. Seems as if he began to get paid to promote these restaurants. You've seen him; he's a big brolic dude who dances all around and does all these weird, high energized dances and all this other stuff, right? And so he started out dancing, and then it gradually, slowly graduated into something very, very different, which became very demeaning, demoralizing, stereotypical, and perpetuating hurtful images that have long historical context in this country. There are some people who said they missed last night's show. So don't worry, don't worry. I will go through some of last night's show so that you can see what it is that we're talking about tonight, right? And then Cardi B came out. You know what? Rather than, let me just go ahead and show you all, because there's some people who are like, I missed last night's show. So let's just go ahead and jump into last night's show, and then I will show you some of the footage so that you can have more context for what exactly is going on and how we got here. And it is my hope that we will get at least 1,000 signatures on this petition. Right now, we are at 21. Let me refresh and see where we're at. Right now, let's see. All right, we are up to 33. This is moving. You know what? There are people who are feeling it. There's some people who are not feeling it. No, everybody doesn't have to sign. The people who are troubled by the imagery, troubled by her lack of care and callousness about the entire issue, her being dismissive, when who of us feels the power and authority to speak on Dominican issues? Or, I don't know the verbiage, but there are jibaros, compañeros. There are people who, every culture has its people. But what we have is we have people from other cultures coming in. Let me just show you. The video, you don't worry. I'm about to show you all right now. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. La cocaína. Hey, goodness. All right. So here. So this is last night's video right here. And so let's see if we can get to the very beginning when we first start seeing the issues. All right. So here. So as you see on the screen, there's a guy with his eyes wide open holding up a fried chicken drumstick, right? I just want you to see how he's behaving. And then Big Groove, Big Gorilla, culture and culture vultures, people infiltrating. Share this in your WhatsApp group, in your text messages, in the DMs of Instagram with somebody that you think may want to jump in on the conversation. So good job, you all, on sharing the videos, because the spread is growing larger, because the algorithm will feed this to the people that you share it to. So even if you have a person that you feel is not ready, share it to them, and YouTube will do the rest. Don't you worry. YouTube will do the rest. They'll do the rest. All right, so let's jump into this real quick. So this is the Groovin Gorilla right there. He's since tried to rebrand as Big Groove, but this is him, right? And there's this new problematic guy. So look, so now they're chomping on chicken together, and he's dancing and just going off and acting the whole complete plum fool. Oh, you all love the lips? This is from the nude pack. So this will be out in about 2 months. They are making them now. Well, production should begin this coming week. So just make sure that you're watching the videos when I announce when it drops. So yes. All right. So so there's some people saying some people like it, some people don't. Exactly. So listen, in the petition, I show Cardi's parents, right? I mean, you can go to the petition, scroll down and see her parents in there. So those of you who are feeling it, feel it. Those who are not, do what you got to do. But I felt, this troubled me, and I decided not to just sit back and do nothing. I created a petition. So if you want to create a petition about whatever's important to you, by all means. So here, let's take a look at, because he had to let the people know that he was a complete COON. He had to let them know that he knew how to ratchet it up. You know what I'm saying? He had to let them know. So look.
Relax.
So I want you all to just contemplate what it is that you're seeing in the video. What are you seeing? You're seeing a man and he's uttering sounds. They're unintelligible. You can't really tell what he's saying or talking about, but you know that he's saying something. You see a lot of sauces splashing around. And there's another video, text notification squad, those of you who are on Telegram, if you have the video where he's also having the person spray it on top of his burger and then also eating in the car, and they zoom in on the booger in his nose. If you have that, because I know some of you have shared this, please share it in the text notification squad behind the scenes, and I'll grab that in a moment, because I also wanted to get some of that footage. So what you see is, you see a person who is speaking unintelligibly. And this is the image. So, this is the image that Black men are putting forth. This is the image that they want to be known as. Now, Groovin, right. So, so listen. Thank you. I see that you all are signing. So, Cardi, so there's a lot of problematic images here. I'm going to show you the one with the watermelon, right? With the watermelon, because because it wasn't degrading enough before. It wasn't degrading enough. They had to make it even more degrading. So he had to now start chomping on watermelons, making sure that he was eating fried chicken. He's up the ante. And so now this is him. This is him. Oh, he had to take it up a notch.
What's that?
Corn cheese.
Corn cheese?
So he wants to let you all know. Look at all this chicken.
Look at it. What's that?
Corn cheese.
Corn cheese? You know what time it is. You know what time it is.
Look, a non-black hand putting things inside his mouth as he acts like a fucking fool in front of them.
Look at all this chicken.
Right?
Look at
all this chicken. Chicken and watermelon. So we already know. So Black people in this country, we already know the implications of fried chicken, watermelon, and all of that. So we're going to show you him chomping. So this guy is Nigeria. He's admitted he's Nigerian. So here's Cardi. So Cardi decided that she was going to come out and she was going to defend this, right? So this is Cardi defending it.
TikTok, and I've been seeing on Instagram this going viral. Shit, I should have taken a picture of the guys that I'm talking about. About, that big brolic guy that being.
I'm just fast forwarding it.
Cringy. Like the comedy there is nowadays, it's not like back in the day comedies. The comedy is very cringy.
Talking bad about her, Cardi. Dear, sit your ass down until you do research. Don't just come out and just start talking. Dear. Yeah, so you know what? There's a lot. There's so many pieces of that video that are important for you to watch. He's also chomping on watermelon. Cardi's calling us crabs in a barrel. And Candace Owens came out and made a statement about Cardi and her McDonald's commercial, peddling, this stuff to the youth. Cardi came out herself and said that she did not consider herself to be Black, right? We also showed that in last night's video. So I think it's important to just go ahead and watch that video, because she lets you know that she considers herself to be in interracial relationships when she's dating Black men. She's also dated Black men who have told her how they don't date Black women. That's why they were dating her, because she's not a Black woman. And there's an interview that she did. The link to the petition is in the description of this video. There's also an admin that's posting it inside the comments on YouTube. I posted it a moment ago. So just look inside the description of this video on all platforms, right? And it's on change.org. Let me refresh and see. Last we were at 33 signatures. Let's take a look now and see where we're at. Let's refresh this and see. We're at 49. We have 49 signatures. So 50 signatures. Okay, so it is going up. I'm glad. Thank you. For the people who are feeling it, thank you. So she came out and she said she wasn't black.
Black girls.
Here,
like, yeah,
here.
like, you know, she sort of changed
Here.
the way beauty was viewed in hip hop.
Yeah, I mean, it's just sad.
Gagging.
I don't know what it is. I have dated guys
Listen.
that they're black, and they have told me like I don't date black girls. And it's
So she has dated guys who are black and they tell her I don't date black girls. So she knows that she's not black. She understands that she's not black, and she dates men who say that they don't date black girls. So they're dating her because she is not what? She is not what? She is not a black girl. Apparently. Even she knows that. Listen.
It's like I be telling them, but you're black, but your mom is black. You don't think that's weird? And then they tell me, well, you don't date Spanish guys, right? And I say, no, I don't. I date black guys. And it's like, so it's a preference thing, which is kind of like absurd to me. But then it's just like, I have a preference myself.
No, I feel you. I mean, I mostly date.
And then Vlad started talking about how he did. So we have a bunch of culture vultures siphoning from the culture, sitting up on a panel, profiting from the innovations of black culture, profiting from us becoming pop culture, and being on the quote unquote right side of colorism, being on the quote unquote right side of race, and benefiting thereof. So nonetheless, so here's I'll show you the petition, and then we can open up the phone lines and talk. So there's the petition there. We are at 65 signatures now. Let me just refresh and see where we're at. Oh, we're at 82 signatures. All right, so you all are feeling it. And so here is Cardi's mother on the left-hand side. Her mother is from Trinidad, right? And this is Cardi's father. As you see, neither one of her parents are black. Both of her parents look mixed themselves. And so she knows that she's not black. She was born and raised in the Bronx. And so she went to school with black people. She grew up around black people because I'm from the Bronx too. I went to school with Dominicans, and I knew and understood that there was a hierarchy even then. You know, the white Puerto Ricans were on top. Then came the Dominicans and in all various shades. And then beneath those were the black girls and the black boys or whatnot. So we understand the hierarchy. And with her being raised around black people, for her at this age, at 30, to still be ignorant of the historical context for why wide eyes, stepping, fetching, chomping down on chicken, dancing around and calling yourself a primate, why that's problematic. If she doesn't understand the context, why is she talking on it? And then somebody brought it to my attention. I didn't even think about this until I saw the comment this morning. She was positing as if, well, you know, it's kids who are watching this video, these types of videos, who really think that it's funny, and, you know, the humor is just strange, right. But why are we programming children to see these hurtful, stereotypical, denigrating images of black people and ingest that and learn the hierarchy for these humans who behave like primates? You heard one of them. And then we have video of the Groovin gorilla dancing around in a gorilla suit. He actually went and was dancing around in a monkey suit. Right? Let me see. And then, oh, you know what? Candace Owens made a tremendous statement. Let me see if I can find the video of him chomping down on the watermelon. This is just, I'm scrubbing through the video. You can take a look at the video yourself. Just you can sit down and watch it this weekend or when you get the time, right? Let's see. I'm just trying to find the pictures. Oh, we even talked about Ben Stein and him desiring for Aunt Jemima to be back on. Here it is. Here's the here. To millions. Let's continue forward. Here. Because there's more. Here we go. So this is Groovin Gorilla. I want you all to see because he started out dancing.
While the shark bite this
right? So he started out with the dancing, but then he realized, look, he realized he could take it up a notch. Look.
shark bite.
Yeah, of course, you know? I mean, I'm sure we understand why this imagery of dancing and shucking around with fried chicken, chomping watermelons in front of white people and having Asian men shoving food in your mouth and you acting like an animal. I'm sure we can see why this is problematic. And for people who don't know, listen, my whole point in doing this petition is merely to let Cardi B educate herself. That's all. Nobody's saying that she's bad. I'm just saying that she's not well versed. And Candace Owens, even though, you know, listen, Candace Owens spat some fire. And what she said just made a lot of sense because I talked in last night's video about Cardi B educating herself and Candace articulated it perfectly. So here.
That they expect are going to eat at McDonald's and are going to put that trash in their mouth repeatedly over and over again. So they're going to make McDonald's cool. And this is a recurring theme when it comes to Black artists, when it comes to rap artists. This is a recurring theme. Let me remind you, Migos, they rap trio. They had a Popeyes meal. Megan Thee Stallion.
Oh, hold on. Let's go.
Was a stripper, owned her past.
Hold on. Let's go to the very beginning of this.
We share our favorite McDonald's order.
And we start with.
So this is the McDonald's commercial. Let's see. Let's get back to the beginning of Candy. And next. But it looks like Candy is talking about this. Let's see what Candy has to say about the Offset and Cardi B meal.
That I can have and do whatever I want. Those are the rules. I'm basically Veruca Salt. Don't care how I want it now. And you know what? I'm date
What
night
is she
order.
talking about? So she has her own show now? I don't know what is going on. I am confused. Let's see.
Cardi B and Offset now have a McDonald's meal. Very, very exciting. Let me show you the commercial for that. Take a look.
My dream day with Offset starts like.
Cardi, baby, get in. I surprise you with a place all to ourselves.
Thank you, baby.
You look gorgeous tonight, baby.
I can't. Let me speed this up because they ain't gonna get me clocked on YouTube. Yeah.
We share our favorite McDonald's order.
And we start with.
Hold on. This can't be real life. This cannot be real life. Oh.
And we start with a cheers. Let's eat. The Cardi B.
An Offset meal.
There you guys have it. You can go out and you can get that today. What do I want to say about this? Okay, first and foremost, before people think that I'm hating on Cardi, I am so happy that this girl came from nothing, was a stripper, owned her past, moved forward, began making music when nobody believed in her, and became successful. I think I've said that enough times now that I hope people actually believe that. I love that story. I love the climb. What I hate is that once you've climbed, okay, I expect you to become better, right? I expect you to recognize how it works, to understand how the system works, and to recognize that you are now becoming a part of a system that is meant to keep Black people and poor people poor, right? Essentially, why is it that it is always Black artists that get sponsorships with McDonald's? I'm glad Cardi B has made it to the place in her life where McDonald's is coming to her and saying, we want you to have your own meal. And she's gonna make a lot of money off of that meal. But I wish she could suspend her wanting that money to just take a pause and think about why it is that they're coming to her. Well, because she has a huge Black audience, people that they expect are going to eat at McDonald's.
You know what? Go ahead and watch last night's show. I see people arguing about Groovin Gorilla and whether or not he was even born in America. Listen, I'm telling... So you see, this is part of the problem when people don't watch the prior videos, because I showed it. I guess I'm going to have to show it again in this video, how he identifies. He wasn't even born in America. He's not first generation American. So what are you all talking about? I want to be able to get the phone lines open, but I guess we all need to be on the same page. He lived his first earliest life in not in America, but in Germany, I believe. Here, let's get to this. God, I didn't even realize we had to go through all of the clips from last night instead of you all just, but it's fine. We're here now. Go ahead and share this video, because we're going to be turning on the phone lines in just a moment. We have 73 people watching on Facebook. We have 800 people on YouTube. Share this in your WhatsApp group. Share this in your text message. Share this on Twitter. Share this on the pages on Twitter where there were also people who found this problematic. We need to find the people who found this problematic so that they too can come and sign the petition. All it takes is a click if this is something that you believe in. If you want for Cardi to please educate herself. That's all I want. So let's take a look. Nationality, right? What is this guy's nationality? I have a video here for you all to take a look at. This is what I'm saying. They're okay with you being in your place, boy. Here, hold on. And there are people giving him a platform and letting him just be as coony as he wanna be.
Hey, what's up? It's Groovin Gorilla.
So he was calling himself Groovin Gorilla for the longest. This is how he came out, dancing and acting like an effing fool and calling himself a primate. This is what I'm saying. They're okay with you being in your place, boy. They're okay.
Hey, what's up? It's Groovin Gorilla. And I just jumped off the porch with Dirty Glove Bastard.
I'm Mr. Body Catcher.
I didn't even expect anything.
That's too loud. All right.
So before we get into all of that, I do want to take it back because I saw that you used to live in Germany. Did you used to live in Germany when you were younger?
Yes.
Okay, so talk to us about that.
Yeah, my dad was in the military. Both my mother and my father are from Nigeria. And, obviously.
Where's he from?
My mom gave birth to me.
Where's he from?
Okay, so talk to us about that.
Yeah, my dad was in the military. Both my mother and my father are from Nigeria. And, obviously, my mom gave birth to me and we were there for 6 years. And then before we moved to the States, I lived in Boston for 18 years.
Okay. Where was he born? This man was born in Germany to Nigerian parents. Why? And he was there for the first 6 years of his life. What context does this man have or know about the pain of minstrelsy in this country? What does he know? What historical context does he have? You see, the thing is that Black Americans set the foundation for culture and pop culture, what is popping all over the world. And people come and disrespect. If I was in Nigeria making fun of Fela Kuti, and people were like, no, Tonya, that's not okay. Or if I was in some fake tribal gear with some stuff painted, doing ooga booga in Nigeria and doing mocking historically painful things in Nigeria. And Nigerian people were like, no, that's not okay. Imagine somebody from some other culture coming out and being like, why you gotta be crabs in a bed? You think, would Nigerians stand for that? But no, so now we have this Nigerian man here on American soil stepping and fetching and being a complete minstrel act. All he needs is the blackface. And Black Americans are saying, this is not okay. And then we have Cardi's mixed self coming out, telling us to be quiet. The effing audacity. The effing audacity. It's like, who gave her permission to speak for Black Americans on this issue? She does not consider herself Black. Her parents are not American, and her parents are not Black American. What context does she have for the historical pain and degradation of the minstrel shows and the stepping, the fetching, and the denigration thereof? What context does she have? She has none, but she feels powerful enough to open up her mouth and speak on it. Why? It's like we are being gaslit and we're being pushed down and our voices are being squelched by a person with a powerful, influential platform. Why? Do Black Americans not have a right to speak up about what is denigrating their image? Because you see, Cardi is not darker than a brown paper bag. She isn't, and as quiet as kept. If you look at her on that whatchamacallit, right? Let's take a look. Quiet as kept. Let's be for real. If you see the makeup on her face is darker than the rest of her body, say hello. Say hello. If you see that the makeup on her face is darker than the one on her body.
Hispanic and Black people like, oh yeah, they're Hispanic, they're Black. No.
You don't see that her face is darker than her body? So it's like, come on. So you could put on a little bit darker foundation and make yourself look a little bit more whatever. You're not darker than a brown paper bag. You are on the acceptable side of colorism, profiting from the music and the genre that we have made pop culture, only to turn around and try to put us in our place, telling us that we're crabs in a barrel. If you listen, let me go back to her words so that you can see, and then I'm going to get the phone lines open. I was working as a waitress.
Let them be, bro. The content, it's not for me personally, but it's like the white motherfuckers is doing it and they're getting big checks for it. So let them be. These guys are not in the streets. These guys are trying to provide. They're using social media to their advantage without promoting violence, without being bums, without being disrespectful, without fighting, without cursing.
They are being disrespectful, and the pain of what they're doing is far more harmful.
Without doing none of that, let people live, bro. Stop being crabs in a motherfucking barrel. The people motherfucking downfall is their own motherfucking people, bro. Stop doing that shit. Then y'all wonder why white folks, they be so successful. Oh my gosh, I don't understand why they got $1 billion lip gloss company. I don't understand why they get so much views on YouTube. Oh, or so much views on TikTok. Oh, it must be TikTok pushing their content to be the top one. It must be YouTube pushing the content to be the top one. No, it's because they have a community supporting them. And every single time that somebody's doing the same thing from the fucking community, y'all want to bring them out, do petitions to get them banned. What type of shit is that? Why would y'all try to take money out of two black men fucking pockets?
All money ain't good money. I remember I was the first time I heard. Yeah. So here. And then Kizzy is saying, wait, ain't you Jamaican? No, I'm not. I'm not. And you know what? What I am is Caribbean American. That's what I am. And so because I am Caribbean American, I know that my family in the Caribbean does not have context for the pain that the African Americans went through on this here soil. I know. They do not know. They were born in another country. So when I say this, I'm not speaking from a place of not knowing. So I would never, listen, when ADOS and foundational Black Americans, and they're talking about the stuff that they need to talk about, you don't see me opening my mouth telling them what not to fucking say. You don't see me saying that. Even though I am born of this land and I am half and half, I am Caribbean American. So no, at the very best, her mother is Trinidadian American, but she was born in Trinidad and her father was born in the Dominican Republic. So at the very most, they can call themselves Dominican American, Trinidadian American, which is not even the case because they were born on another land. So this is not xenophobia. This is the truth. And you know what? There are far too many of us out here who are lost, who are allowing all types of effery to take place because they're being super, super liberal. And you are allowing yourself to be denigrated in the process. So let the people who know better, let me check the petition and see where we are with the petition. Look, if people want to sign the petition, sign the petition. If not, then that is how it is. So right now, let's refresh this and see where we are in terms of the petition, right? We are at 130 signatures. Wonderful. So there we go. Are we ready to open up the phone lines now so that you all can call in and speak your mind on either side of it, right? And Son is saying you don't have to be born here to understand the pain. We're all the same Black people, Tonya. There were slaves shipped all over the world. First of all, they were enslaved Africans. Let's get out of the habit of calling them slaves. Let's stop that first and foremost, because you see, there are different levels of understanding. And I am telling you, as a person who is Caribbean American, half of my family is in the Caribbean, half of my family is from America. The people who are not of this land, they do not have the historical context. You can educate yourself, you can read, but you were not here. Your people were not here. You can have a concept, right? But you were not raised up being called the N-word. You were not raised up with the images of Sambos, watermelons, and all of that. People who are Black, who were born in the Caribbean, born in Africa, you were born in a country that is majority Black. Listen to what it is that I'm saying. There is a different history. Why don't you tell me what is the history of what happened in the Caribbean with the sugar plantations? Do you fucking know? It's like I'm trying to be respectful to you all, but do you fucking know what happened on the sugar plantations of the Caribbean? No, you don't know. Listen, the context is different. And how dare you open up your mouth to tell a person in the Caribbean what they should and should not be offended by? You would never. So why does Cardi feel comfortable enough to? And it's because of folks like you. It's because of folks like you. I'm going to read the apples, right? And so I'm going to put this, so the link to the Cash App is in the description. I'm going to read your comments on air in case they go by too quickly on the screen and you want them read on air. I'm going to put the Cash App is www.cash.app/$ Tonya TKO. And you know what? So it's a verified Cash App account, so you know you're sending it to the right place. This is part of the reason that there's so many issues in Black America right now. You don't know what it is that you stand for. And if we can't stand for persons not who are, first of all, not even from this country, right? Participating in modern day minstrelsy. If we can't take a stand against that, what can we take a stand against? What can we take a stand against? And you all are calling me xenophobic for speaking truth? Please, let me check the apples right now, and then we're going to check them in another moment. So let's just, this is too much. All right. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Chandrika sends $2 and says, for support, I'll watch the show in the AM. Thanks. Okay, maybe it's a little late where she's at. All right. Patriot sends 1111 and says, Cardi needs to stop the cap. Love you, Tonya TKO. Thank you. I love you too. A lot of people in the comments need to stop the cap. Londa sends $5 and says, good evening. Kishona says, love Tonya, love Cardi. She's a smart woman. Now, you know, there are different types of intelligence. I don't know if I would go so far. I mean, there are some things that she's well versed in. But based on what it is that I've seen, she could use a lot more educating on a lot more topics before she starts speaking on them. That's all I'm going to say on that. That's all I'm going to say. There's different types of intelligence, right? And so far in the apples, let's see, we have brought in $25 so far in the apples. All right. Well, you can continue to give, support the content which supports you. So here. All right, so I'm going to open up the phone lines, and so get ready to call in. This is the phone number on the screen right there, 323-488-3149. There's another apple that came in from Daily Positive Affirmations. She and her ilk benefit from the lack of gatekeeping. Absolutely. 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 They benefit from the lack of gatekeeping, and Black people in our ignorance will just continue to allow this if we don't take a stand. If you all are all right with this, then it's going to just keep on happening. It's actually going to get worse. You know, the image of
That
Black men is
statement.
already the
I
image
was
of Black
working
men.
as a
I'm
waitress.
sorry, the image of Black men is already downtrodden enough. Black people in general, we are still facing subjugation in this country. So if you, at the rate that we're being trafficked and capital M worded by the police, just keep on, just continue letting your image just stay down there in the gutter. Continue. Do it however it is that you want to do it. However, those of us who are wise enough, because you know what, I used to wonder why did Stephen Fetchie take that money to denigrate the image of Black people back then? And now I see we're willing to do this today. We're willing to do this today. You're live with Tonya. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hey, it's the plainest Jane, and I'm calling from Baltimore.
Oh my goodness, my girl, plainest Jane. I'm so happy that you were the first call. I know you about to spit some fire. For those of you who don't know the plainest Jane, check out her channel. I love her work. You are so innovative, my sister. You are so, I love what it is that you're doing. I am inspired by your broadcast.
Thank you so much. I do appreciate that. I'll be inspired by yours too. It's great that we can inspire each other.
Oh, yeah. I love the way you have your clips all set up and everything all edited before you even come live. Me, I be on a wing and a prayer out here, girl. I be on a wing and a prayer. But nonetheless, so we're talking about Cardi. Did you catch the images and the videos that I showed in either yesterday's video or the earlier part of this video?
Yes, I caught them both. And I wanted to add a few things, but also there was a video that came out, I think, yesterday.
Oh.
And it was them actually doing this in front of a whole bunch of Black people. And they were not with it. And that like further cements the point that we're trying to make. I saw you did videos on it. I did videos on it. Why are you defending, raccoon behavior? It's not entertaining to us.
It's really not.
So what I find, it's not. Like, it's only entertaining to them, and that already says enough. And if you don't understand the nuance, if you're rejecting the info and the education that we're giving it on you, it just further proves our point. But my whole thing was, in the midst of Cardi B saying all she had to say with her typical broken dialect, is she's like, okay, well, they just dancing, having fun. It's cringy. It's not for me. But what you want them to do? Be in the street gang banging? And it's like, damn, those are the really two options. Those are really the only two options you think we have. Like, you didn't name anything else. Like, you went all the way to, it's either them being corny in the store or doing the gang banging, violence, killing people. Like, that's not, you're pushing that type of stereotype. You act like there's no in between here.
Yeah. And you know what? That's a great point that you bring up. And let me just add to that. One of the things that Cardi said was, they're not disrespecting people. They're not hurting it. Yeah, they are disrespecting people. They're disrespecting the historical context of the Black American imagery. They are hurting people. They are programming people to continue to see us as monks, apes, gorillas, and primates who are unintelligible. Because you remember the eugenicists used to say that the Negroid brain, you know what, I'm going to look up that the skull, that they used to say the Negroid skull and brain were different. Go ahead.
Oh, no,
No, I'm saying talk now. I'm going to be searching for some stuff while you're talking. Finish your point.
Okay, well, just the fact that we don't gatekeep Blackness as much as we should. Like, and that's really the main problem that I have, because I feel like it's based on someone's behavior. Someone can be technically biracial. Like, for example, Angela Davis, right? Angela Davis, light-skinned woman, been all about us, for us, activism and all that, and she just
Mm-hmm.
found out some of her ancestors were on the Mayflower, right? But
Yup.
what makes it different with her is she's not like your everyday light-skinned person just trying to, like, I'm black, because, you know, they want to be black 2-3 days a week. Angela was surprised at that. However, any light-skinned person, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, we know what the slave masters was doing to certain people. Her activism, I feel like her behavior makes a difference. There's some people, they
Mm-hmm.
want to, for example, Cardi B, when she wants to associate with black people and black culture, that's what she's going to do. But when she want to pull away and do this commercialized thing, she's going to do something a little bit different. If
Mm-hmm.
you got a couple days of the week that you want to be black and a couple of days that you don't want to be, that, like, no, I think it's based on behavior. You know what I mean? I feel like the one drop rule shouldn't be a thing that we, and it's also based on discernment, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's just so easy for anybody to walk up and be like, I'm associated with blackness, and here's why. Danny Lay, Kim Kardashian, what did both of them do? Both
Mm.
non-black women. One stepped up to have a baby with the baby. One stepped up to have babies by Kanye. And now Kim Kardashian feels extremely entitled to comment on black, and she will. She
Wow.
hasn't necessarily come outward with it already, but she will, because you know what she's going to say? I
What?
have a black child.
Mm.
Because some people still go by the one drop rule. So, like, it's just too easy to come up to the black table and for us to just accept any and everybody. And I feel like we need to, you know, do you identify, or are you black 7 days a week, or just when the counterparts, when it benefits you? So,
Yes.
you know.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Exactly. Exactly. Thank you. Talk on it. Thank you. So let's get final thoughts on this. Did you sign the petition, by the way?
Of course, I signed the petition. I did videos on this. I'm like, are y'all crazy? Like, and you know what? Here's what I'll say as I wrap it up.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like when it comes to Cardi does a lot of problematic things.
Mm.
Although she does have like a certain fan base, right? But she does a lot of problematic things. And I feel like a lot of times she's looking for new and different allies, and it's based on their fan base. So she's playing oblivious to this, either that, or she just doesn't know, or she doesn't care about the nuances and us offering the information. I feel like at the end of the day, it's like, I defended this guy that don't even know me. Like, I gave him some cool points. So the next time I get in heat, I already did him a favor. So I kind of want him to jump at the opportunity to defend me. I kind of feel like sometimes she dips into buckets like that. Because, again, like you were saying, just because kids gravitate towards quote unquote corny humor, she's comparing Gorilla Groove to Mr. Beast. And I looked at Mr. Beast stuff. Mr. Beast stuff, is it corny? Yes, but it doesn't degrade white people, and he's white. So it's different. It's not even the same. It's a false equivalency.
It really
right?
is.
So she's just comparing corny stuff that children are attracted to and saying, it's just the same, and white people, we make all money ain't good money. And a lot of times if you put a couple of dollars in a few different, people's face, they might become a race trader. And so it's not the same what Cardi was comparing it to. So ultimately, I wrap it all up and say, I think she's pouring into a bucket with him, and now you got the Mr. Chicken guy. The next time Cardi B gets in some heat, she's kind of going to want them to speak up publicly and use their influence and their following to defend her a little bit.
Oh, I see what you're saying, because they have millions of followers. But you know what?
Yeah.
I think that there's something else going on, because I showed the petition in yesterday's video. It only had 600 signatures. How did an international star like Cardi B become aware of a petition with 600 signatures? How?
She's always doing. I mean, Cardi B be responding to pages that don't even have 13 followers because she searches
Really?
her name all day long. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and that's why people they have a lot to say about her. I mean, I'm talking pages that just started yesterday. They started a page just to mess
Really?
with her, 13 followers. Yeah, and she'll respond. You need to put acid in your face and delete yourself. Your mom needs like all
Really?
types. Like I'm telling, like she responds
Well,
to.
with all that,
She hasn't done it lately,
with
but
all
she does
that,
it a couple times a year.
oh wow, sorry. But with all that searching online, she can't search up Hostos College or Monroe or anything like that. Even DeVry, my God.
She won't. That's she's not interested in that. She's been granted a lot of privilege for being, the shade that she is, tapping into the urban black market, and they want her dumbed down a bit so that she can appeal to certain people. I mean, it's collective. I don't think she will get intelligent even if she felt like she needed to. I feel like she would still dumb herself down in front of everybody because it'll make her more money.
You think being dumb makes people more money or just her being dumb?
I mean, when you think about, okay, the best example that I have is 2 Chainz. 2 Chainz was 2 Chainz at first, and he's very educated, very decorated with
Is
degrees and
he?
things like that. But when he was doing like intellectual rap, nothing happened to his career. And he did that for years. And then he finally dumbed it down and became 2 Chainz, which became Titty Boy. And that's when he started skyrocketing.
Really? Well, you know
Yes.
what? That speaks to a much larger issue than that we have within ourselves than in the community. That speaks to that.
Yeah.
Because why is it that we are not attracted to uplifting music? And you know what? I understand, but and the thing is, we have the internet now. Justin Bieber became popular and infamous from songs that he put out on YouTube. Why is it that we're not
Hmm.
attracted to uplifting music? Because people can say, oh, the Jews are controlling the music industry, but I wish you were on cam so we could just really just chop it up. We have to collab. When are you listen, girl, let's set something up. But we we can't keep blaming it on the Jewish record executives because there's so many different mediums. There's SoundCloud. There's so many different ways. Cardi B, her first thing was a mixtape that she gave away for free from her trunk.
Right. I mean, she was one of the few and only people who really used love and hip hop to actually create a career that was like not larger than life, but like it did something. Like she went commercial. She's got deals with Facebook and like anybody you can imagine. So and
Mm.
nobody else did. So I mean, she got a
Did
little
she used to
lucky.
fight on Love and Hip Hop, or was she just like that character that we used to see back in the days?
She argued a lot. She scrapped a
Argued.
couple every now and then, but not as much as like Jocelyn and Mimi and and K Michelle, and definitely not as much as Jocelyn. Jocelyn fought the most on Love and Hip Hop.
Ah, I see, I see. Well, you know what? I think part of the charm that she has is that she is disarming. She's uncouth in some ways. And I think that she makes people feel better about themselves. I hate to put it that way, but I think she makes people feel better about themselves in comparison to her, who doesn't seem smart. I mean, not to, and I don't want to be mean, especially since there's a high chance that she'll see this video, but am I lying?
Um, at the expense of what? I mean, she did ultimately fight on Love and Hip Hop. Now I think about it, she did fight a lot, but I don't know. Somehow she was able to utilize the platform differently, but make people feel better about themselves. I,
Because you know what? I like people who are, and this is my rationale on it, right? Just like when we watch 600 Pound Life. I remember when I used to watch my 1,000 Pound Mother and all that other stuff. When I used to watch that, I used to be like, well, I ain't so bad. And then I would just go grab a bag of chips and just start eating. And I think when it comes to people who are very simple seeming and people who are, well, first of all, if you read the 48 Laws of Power, people love to be around people who they feel are less intelligent than them. It makes them feel more boosted. Robert Greene, those of you who know about Robert Greene, type of 48 in the comments. If you know 48 Laws of Power, type that in the comments. But yeah, so it's like she's so her level is like so here. Cause like when you speak to people, because I've seen this before, especially like when I was younger, and because I've always been the person that I am. And when I was younger, when I was in my 20s, and people would see me, like men would see me, and then they would talk to me. And then when I would start talking to them, they would like be like, "Oh, because of the level of my intelligence, because of the inability of them to get over on me, and because of my vocabulary, I've always been vocabularious because that was important to me, because I too am from the Bronx. So me and Cardi B we're born not far from each other, right? But why is it that Cardi and I sound very different? For me, it was really important for me to be articulate. It was important for me to hone the way that I speak. It was because I knew that that was the gateway into breaking out of my community, into entering other communities. And so I think Cardi makes people feel better about themselves because she's so simple. And I don't mean that as an insult, but chime in.
But I feel like at what expense? Like at what expense? If you're either you really are that uneducated, if that's your marketing tactic, is to seem stupid and dumb yourself down, or you had to have realized that years ago when you first popped off with Bodak Yellow and everything else, and you're staying here on purpose and you're presenting yourself in that way. And her main demographic, I feel like, is Black. So are you trying to be relatable? Because it does come off as very relatable type of stuff, or her trying to pander to a specific market, but you dumbing yourself down to do that. Like that level of disingenuousness it feels like you trying to prey on the poor. Like, and I just
I
don't. I
don't
just
think she's even praying. I think that's who she is. I think she's just simple. I don't think she's pretending. And the thing is, like, you could tell when she was talking to Vlad, she was out of her depth. She was like swallowing all hard. She was looking down and she was like, and then did you see her when she was talking to Bernie Sanders? Oh, that was a
yeah.
boondoggle in and of itself.
But again, like when you have all of that money and those resources and that reach, if she wanted to get media training, PR training, therapy, healthcare, whatever, she has access not like people like you and me. So it's not like you just realize that you have a limited vocabulary or that you sound dumb. You sound dumb a lot of times. And it's been years. You have to understand that that's your pull if that's what it is, whether it's because of relatability or people feel more intelligent listening to you. You understand that that's your pull. So you're intentionally staying there or speaking that way because sounding dumb is like the way, again, it still feels like you're preying on the poor to me. Like, speak better. Don't just stay dumb because there's a lot of other dumb people in the world. Like, if that's, and I'm dumbing it down in that sense. I know that sounds so hypocritical, right? But I'm just saying, you intentionally keeping a limited vocabulary as if you don't have some of the people who could train you in the best ways and people who can tutor you to help you speak a language better. And she's international. Pop, rap, children's stuff, this stuff. She's got to get on stage and give speeches. So there's no reason that you can even use that.
You know what I just thought about? When what was the very first thing that she did once she got money and she got put on? What was the first thing that she did to better herself? What was it?
I don't know. It took her a while to do her teeth, though. That's for sure.
Exactly. That was the first thing. Like, once she really got money, her teeth were important to her because people had spoken to her about her teeth. She knew that her teeth were a sore spot for her. So one of the first things that she did when she got money was she fixed her teeth. And so she's got to know how she sounds. She has to know that, like, when she was up on that international platform speaking, during the election, she felt out of her depth. And you saw Bernie he was like kind of giggling at her and really trying to explain things in the simplest way possible. And like, she wasn't even getting some of it. And she was like, and she was trying. I mean, look, because I knew when there were words that I didn't know, when I used to say axe, when I used to pronounce ask as axe, and I couldn't help myself, and it took me a long time to break out of the habit of saying axe. And so it's like, because you can hear yourself, because you know that there's things you don't know. When people are talking and you're lost and you don't understand the words, so it's like, yeah. And you know what? I appreciate you for coming up and keeping it real, for speaking. Thank you so much, Plainest Jane. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you so much for having me on, and thank you for having this conversation. I thought I was the only one. I ain't see a whole bunch of people making videos about it, but I just knew I had to, so I did a few, and so that's why I signed the petition as well, and I'm gonna share the petition out to my people too.
Thank you. I'm so happy. I hope that the petition gets at least 1,000 signatures so that hopefully her handlers or somebody can see this and let Cardi, I think this would be a great opportunity for Cardi to sit down with someone more versed than her, well versed, and educate her. She can have that live conversation and get herself educated, because I think that it's important for the country, for the people, the youth, for her followers. She's an influencer. Even if people choose that they don't want to be a quote unquote role model, they still influence. And so that's my whole point.
Right.
Thank you, Plainest Jane.
No problem. You have an amazing evening, and thank you so much for hosting this stream.
You too. Thank you. All right. So we're going to take another phone call, and then we're going to check the apples. I want to show you all, speaking of just dumbing down and just being, just being simple. Oh, there's another call that just came in. Here, let's grab this real quick. You're on the air live with Tonya. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hi, this is Tiffany. I called this morning earlier. It was earlier, not this morning. I'm from DC.
Hey, Tiffany, how are you? We got the East Coast in the house right now. So talk to me.
I'm going to turn your live down.
Yeah.
But I wanted to say something about what I stated earlier about not being able to cultivate good Black men or
no,
Black
this is not the
American
time
men
to talk
due
about
to
that. We're
culture.
talking about Cardi B right now, and we're talking about the
Correct.
petition. Does that relate to the petition?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. And
All right, go ahead.
tying into that.
Okay, go
It's
ahead.
tying into that because there's, like I said, it's impossible to cultivate that when you have a culture that is toxic. And that we have, Black American people have a culture that reaches overseas. It's global. And when you have people like the Gorilla Juice, I believe that's the name,
Gorilla
Juice or whatever, Gorilla, that's his name, and Cardi B, which are from different cultures, but
Yeah.
they get to witness Black American culture, which is a sector of Black American culture which can be very toxic. And no matter how much a Black male child can be raised in a good Black family with both parents present, they can't be good due to the culture, because like the other caller stated, 2 Chainz was a rapper who was had a positive message, but he got absolutely nowhere with that message. It's not until he started to use degrading lyrics that he actually started to establish himself in the industry. People can even say that about Kevin Samuels. When he talked about how Black men can elevate themselves, nobody heard that message. It's not until he started to bash Black American women that he started to gain a larger following. And that's what I'm talking about, Tonya. The culture is what is not making space to cultivate good Black American men. And unfortunately, it's reaching overseas. It's reaching globally. And it stems not just in this era, but it's going far back from minstrel shows. And then you see that in the Gorilla Juice guy. He's reaching far back in our history due to globalism. Specifically, Nigerians have a tendency to reach far back in our Black American history and throw that out there. That's an issue. And I'm sorry, but I take on a radical stance when it comes to um, global blacks, when it comes to blacks that are overseas, whether it's from Africa, Caribbean, or Europe. Black Americans need to drop the Pan Africanism mindset. We need to focus on ourselves. Now, I know, Tonya, that your heritage is from the Caribbeans, and I understand that there are a lot of foreign blacks that rally against Black American people, but they're going to have to do that from a distance. It has to be some sort of um, um, it, it has to be some sort of distance because it's just we're not the same. And although Pete, that sounds nice to say that we are, we're not. Our histories are different, and in some ways they are very similar. But because we don't have the compassion for each other, this this kind of nonsense is going to continue. And no matter how many good voices are out there, they are overshadowed by the bad ones. I'm not a fan of Nigerian people. They are very nasty towards Black American people history. But it's funny because African history is not good in any way, shape, or form. You have soldier people for cowrie shells. You have soldier people for glass that was painted yellow and it was given to you as gold, and you took it and you sold a body, a able body. So Africans have nothing to be proud of. King Leopold chopped off their babies' limbs, and they wore it around their necks. So Europeans wore it around their necks. So the minute that Black Americans start to study the history of Africa and the deep-seated, rooted stuff that has happened there, it'll be no, don't do that. Like you said, Fela Kuti, if people start to even make fun of his appearance, it would be an issue. So I think there needs to be a degree of separation. Nigerian people specifically are very loud about their disdain for Black American people. Well, guess what? Like I said, I'm very radical. I don't like Nigerians either. And I think Black American people need to start to speak out against that. And I'm not saying in a sense that we need to pull together and stop it. No, we need to shove their history in their face. Like I said, I'm a radical. I know I've said it 3 times, but it's just nothing nice is working anymore, especially against these Nigerians. They are very nasty people. And if
So
you
let me,
even
so
ask
let me,
us,
so look,
nah,
I just want to jump in here real quick, right?
yeah,
Because, when we speak about people in broad strokes and as a monolith, we start running into roadblocks because I'm going to be very honest with you. You're saying two opposing things at the same time, right? Because Einstein has this saying that says that the the problem cannot be solved by the same mind that got into it. And so with Black Americans here, you're talking about segregating and separating yourselves further from external influences of other Black people and et cetera, right? I personally feel that there are different people who get it. Some people in different parts of Africa get it. Some people in different parts of Nigeria get it. Some people in America get it. Some people don't get it. However, if people who are of similar mission, I remember Malcolm X towards the end of his life said, "I am for truth no matter who speaks it." Because there was a time where he was a separatist and he was like, white people are the devils, et cetera, until he went to Mecca and he was doing his libations from the bowls and praying, with white people beside him and realizing that, all of this stuff that he had been taught about white people was very different than what it is that he experienced once he really delved into seeing that people are people. So me personally, I believe that if African Americans, with the way that things are now here in this country, that if African Americans segregate and separate themselves from other people who have an ability to be able to join forces and assist, that the culture here will implode. I do not believe that the way things are going, that there's so many different types of African Americans who are all on some different type of shit. I showed a video of I forget the name of the artist, but I showed his sister. So the guy died, and his sister was on the internet going around talking about F you. So the person who had signed her brother gave them $10,000. She was like, she wanted more money. So they gave her another 10,000 plus bought flowers. And she was like, F you, I want more money, et cetera, et cetera. They paid for the funeral many times over, and it still wasn't good enough for her. We have to acknowledge that everybody who's African American is not on the same page. Everybody's not on the same page. And in the same token, everybody who's in Nigeria is not on the same page either. Are there people in Nigeria who have, unfavorable things, that they've been taught unfavorable things about Black Americans, and they have unfavorable ideas, etc.? This comes from their own internalized self-hatred and separatism. They've been taught by the colonial masters all types of craziness. And so there are some Nigerians who are awake. There's some people all over different places of Africa who are awake. So I'm just saying that people who are of like mind, who have a similar interest in creating change and being upwardly mobile, I think that people of like mind need to gather together. That's my point of view on that. Because just saying people in America, I don't know how that's going to work out.
I agree that you with the like-mindedness, that there's it's not there, whether it's Nigerians or Black American people. But again, with you mentioned Malcolm, Islam was his vessel to be enlightened. We have no kind of vessel to enlighten us on how to tackle what Nigerian people are doing to Black American people. And honestly, what they're doing is waging war against us. I don't like it. They need to stop using Black American history as a footstool or some sort of smokescreen to hide their own history. Their own history is wicked, whether it's Africa or the Caribbean. Stop using our history. And Black American people, they need to, if they can't join forces on anything else, they need to join forces on this. These Nigerian, they need to join forces on this.
You know
They
what?
are
Well, listen,
wicked.
good luck with that. Good luck with that. Because,
Yeah.
you're talking to me, I'm Caribbean American, right?
Yeah.
You see in my comments that there are people who are Black American who don't care about the petition. So if I didn't create the petition, who made it? So this is what I'm saying. An ally is an ally if that ally is an ally. But you can go ahead and go screaming into the wind to people who don't want to hear it merely because they're from a geographical place. Listen, Black Americans in this country have been so victimized, so traumatized that we need
Caribbeans
help.
And Africans.
Listen,
So
we need
Caribbeans and Americans.
Listen. You're getting up in arms. No, this is not comparative. This is a statement. This is a statement of truth. Black Americans have been traumatized. Is that not true?
That's true. That's absolutely true.
That is a standalone thought. I'm not comparing struggles.
Correct.
And you know what? So listen, hold on, Tiffany. Hold on.
Yes.
Because we bumped heads earlier for no reason. And it's like, just breathe. Calm down. Calm down. It's like everything isn't a fight. And there's no fight here. I made the petition because I want people to sign it. Because I want Cardi to get educated. It's like, I think we have to think about what the overall goal and objective is and how to accomplish that.
Tonya, I do appreciate your platform. I even thank you for even providing a platform for Black women to speak. And I think there's a saying, and I'm paraphrasing, but like we may not go the same route, but as long as we reach the finish line, that's what matters. And you may take a more peaceful approach, but like I said, I'm more of a radical. Uh, I take a more radical approach. I've went to school with Nigerians. I don't like how they um, ideologies they take on when it comes to Black American people. And you say that I shouldn't do the comparative thing, but that's what I'm doing, and I'm going to stick to that.
I didn't tell you what you shouldn't do. I don't tell people what they should do. And I think that it takes all types. I don't think that everyone should be the same. I think it takes all types. I told you, do what it is that you feel is right. Go ahead and see how successful it is. See how
I will.
successful your method and your tactic is. And I wish you the best of
Yes.
luck with that.
Thank you. And I just want to say one more thing. Black American people start to fight against these Nigerians. Bye, Tonya.
You know, I'm going to say this, right? When we start to think that the people that we've come into contact with represents the all, it shows our limited vision. And when we have limited vision, it's based on ignorance because we're ignorant of what exists outside of our scope, vision, and personal experience. And coming from a place, I was listening to this quote from this kung fu master, and they were talking about how when you come from a place of anger, it actually weakens you. It's when you're able to flow and not be angry that you're able to use your opponent's force against them. So it's like whenever you come from a place of anger, you're already weakened. When I was learning jujitsu, we had to be very calculated with our strikes and attacks so that we could be able to use people's momentum to be able to throw them off guard. But coming from a place of anger, you see where that will get you. So let me check these apples real quick. Let me just grab these here. All right. So we have and then we're going to take some more phone calls. So Daily Positive Affirmation says she and her ilk benefit from the lack of gatekeeping, and I believe that that is 100% true. Donnie sends $5 and says, for support, you speaking the truth, 1010. So we got text notification squad in the house. Hey, Donnie. Shay sends $10 and says, Cardi is not an ally of FBA's. And I do not believe that she is an ally. I don't even know if she's ever even come across to say she's an ally. Vanessa sends $1 and says, you're doing this thing, Tonya. Hashtag goat vlogger, peace sign, purple heart, and light. Thank you. Thank you. We're going to check and see how many signatures we've gotten. Valika sends 555 and she didn't leave a note. So thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. If you want to send a Cash App and support the platform and support the content that you love to watch, the link is in the description. We have 1,000 people on YouTube, 54 people on Facebook, and we have 1 person on Twitch. Hey, Twitchy. So if if each person sent $1 that would support the platform, the Cash App is $Tanya TKO. It is a verified account, and the link is in the description of this video, as well as the link for the change.org. So let's take a look and see where the petition is now. So the last time we checked, we had about 100 signatures. So thank you. And let's refresh and see where we are now in terms of signatures. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Oh, wow. We've gotten up to 240 signatures. Wow. I'm so happy considering the original petition. Oh, wait, there's some more apples that have come in. Oh, hold on. Let me just grab these real quick. And then we're going to open up the phone line, so get ready to call back in. Shay sends $10 and says, Cardi is a classless gutter snipe. Wow. You really, not pulling no punches. Vanessa sends $1 and says, because of your self-love lessons. Hold on. Oh, that's from the last message about being the GOAT. And you're saying because of your self-love lessons. And then Londa sends $15. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. So about to open back up the phone line. So get ready to call in. Oh, you know what? I wanted to show one thing real quick. I wanted to show Cardi on stage with Jimmy Kimmel, right? Here. This is from last night's broadcast. So check out the broadcast. Join the text notification squad. Let me put the link right here. And you know what? They're laughing. Hold on. Let me put the link right here. Join the text notification squad, www.tonyatko.com/text. It costs $1.99 a month. You get a text whenever I go live. You never miss another live broadcast. Plus, you get invited into a secret behind the scenes group where we communicate between broadcasts. So it's worth a lot more than that. You can get a yearly membership for $22 or $50 for the year if you're international. Or yeah, that's it right there. So let's take a look at this real quick that I want you to see, right? Right? You see the type of content that she makes. So we have an ignorant woman speaking for the community, right? And it's like, who gave her dominion? I'm going to show you a video just because I'm going to show you all a video somebody wanted you all to see. And you know what? They're laughing. Hold on. So.
And I will translate line by line and we'll do it together, all right? Here we go. All right.
Straight out the street to a penthouse, Miami Beach. Yeah, yo.
I came from humble beginnings, but now I own a condominium in Florida. Yayo.
And you know what? They're laughing. This freaking degeneracy. So they have some white bread Jimmy on either Jimmy Kimmel, right? This is Kimmel, because, you know, I be getting Fallon and Kimmel mixed up sometimes. So we got white bread Kimmel over here translating so that people can understand what it is that he's saying. Translating degeneracy, because the man said yayo at the end. He just left that word off. What is yayo, y'all? For those of you who know what yayo is, won't you type it in the comments what yayo is? You know what? I forgot to check the apples, as a matter of fact. Type in the comments. We're going to check the apples, and we're going to come back to this because Cardi then starts to rap on there too. And it's just, it's embarrassing. And these are the people, and you know what? There's so many Black men who get into relationships with people like her, and they give them leeway to use the N-word. They give them leeway to speak on Blackness, to speak on Black women, to speak on Black issues, et cetera, et cetera. It's okay. Okay, so you all know. Okay, so that yayo is that cocaína. Those of you who know, yes, that cocaína, that coca. Yes, that's what that is. It's like what the F is going on? Oh my God, somebody got a whole bowl of some whiteness. Oh my Lord. Let me check the apples and see what you all have, what the comments you all have sent. Hold on. So we're just going to fast forward because I want to get back to the segment on the Kimmel show. Oh, I had to block somebody last night. Here. So let's get back to this. I'm just not going to sing because I ain't going to body shame nobody's surgeries. So let me just. Wait a damn minute. Wait, what? Wait a damn minute. I was going to say her face looks so different. Wait, Cardi's whole face is different. What the F are we looking at? From that video that we saw from like 10 years ago. What? Wait, her whole face is different. Do you see this? She used to have a negroid, a more negroid looking nose. But that could just, I honestly think it's just contouring, honestly, from looking at her in her thing. So yeah, so let's go forward. Oh my God, unbelievable. Oh, hold on, we missed something. Sorry. Oh my gracious. My goodness, I don't know. This is, oh my goodness. Well, whatever.
Swiping out calls on my bitch. I bought her the limo. She bought me the rave.
That's me.
Mm-hmm. That means.
So she's so proud to let them know she's the bitch. So you see how simple-minded she acts, right? That's me. That's me. So it's like, look, that's how she wants to get down out there. That's how she's getting down. Let me open back up the phone lines so that you all can be able to get your comments in. All right, phone lines are open, 323-488. T says this is straight up bullying. Yeah, she did bully us. You're right. She did bully us. You're right. She bullied us. So, calling people crabs in a barrel, you're right. She bullied us. So, call in 323-488-3149. You're on the air live with Tonya, TKO. What's your name and where you calling from?
Malika, and I'm calling from Florida. Hi,
Hey.
Tonya. I just started watching you like a week ago, and I love your show. So thank you for everything that you're doing.
Oh, welcome in,
And
Malika. You
also,
got to
Plain
join
and
the
Sane
text
is beautiful.
notification squad. What'd you say?
I am, because I'm always on your lives. It's like TV for me. So I'm definitely going to join it. And Plain as Jane, I like her too, so hi to her if she's still here.
Yay!
But I signed the petition, and my note on the petition was, for me, I used to watch Cardi B before she was even on Love and Hip Hop, right? And I liked her for her honesty, like that she was able to be herself.
Oh, sorry. The link to the petition is in the description of the video. If there's somebody who can, here, let me see if I can grab it real quick while she's talking and just share the link again. But yeah, so share the link. It's in the description of the video. Share it on your social media. Share it in your WhatsApp. Share it in your Instagram. Share it in text message. It has almost 300 signatures now. I think it's like at 258. So continue to share it. Continue to sign it. There, I just put it inside everywhere. So there. So sorry. Tell me your name one more time, and you're in Florida, right?
Yes, Malika.
All right. Go ahead, Malika. So talk to us.
So I appreciated her for her honesty, her realness, and just be able to be herself. But now that she's coming more into saying, it's one of those things that, yeah, you should speak on certain things, but certain things you shouldn't speak on. Like, my opinion is you have been welcomed into this community. You're not from this community. You're not Black at all. So it's just like me marrying an interracial man and they're having some white issues, and I come and tell them how to handle it. They're going to cut me up and look at me like, who are you to speak on this? So it's the same thing. If you love our culture, like I think a video you put on, it said that she loved Black men and she liked dark men and stuff. So if you love our culture, when we as a community are saying we don't like it, you need to respect it, be quiet, and understand that. And I feel like that's where she's overstepping. You're telling us how to be us when you're not one of us. You were welcomed here because of your background, and I feel like a lot of people that was raised, because I'm originally from New Jersey, so I'm from like North Jersey, all of that. So a lot of us, we accept Latinos as us because we have the same quote unquote struggle, or we see it as the same coming from the area we're from. And we give too much leniency letting them in our community. And it's okay to let them in because they do petition for us, but it's certain times when this is our fight and it's not your fight, when you can be with us and be on this battleground, and when you need to sit out in this battle.
Yeah, out
so
of
it's
respect,
like, and I signed a petition because that's part of education, and not just for her. Anyone who's accepted into this culture, you need to learn when to speak and when not to speak. So we are barking loud and saying we don't like it. You don't tell us to shut up, because that's what you're doing. You're telling us to shut up because you don't see what we see. I don't even know these guys. I literally seen them the first time yesterday on your show. And the first video you showed me, I typed in the comments, it's coonery.
Yes.
Like, you're doing everything that quote unquote people from other cultures are stereotype us as, and you're doing those things and you're trying to make a mockery of it. It's not a mockery to us, because other cultures think it's funny. That's why you have 1 million followers. Your 1 million followers is not from the people in the culture that you're doing it. Talking about chicken, watermelon, chicken. We don't do that. You're basically, and then you come and find out you're from another culture. So you're basically saying to us is, this is how we view y'all outside America. This is what y'all view as, but I'm y'all color, and I'm going to come in and do what y'all are labeled as. That's how I took the
Mm-hmm.
videos. Like, this is
Mm-hmm.
what Black people in America are labeled as. I'm going to do it to the 10th power to get the laughs and stuff, because that's what we laugh at them from in our country. So I'm going to go over to their country, and they don't know if I'm American or whatever I am. All we see is a Black face, because before the video you showed, I would assume he was a Black man. I'm not going to be able to be like, oh, he's a Nigerian, he's a this, he's a that. And any other culture is not going to look at, oh, he's not even American, so let's swipe the no. They're looking at a Black man doing Black stuff that in Black America we've seen as coonery and buffoonery. And they tell
Yes.
us, oh, all y'all like is chicken and watermelon. We got upset when people, quote unquote, was trying to do Juneteenth and be inclusive and do watermelon salads and chicken this and chicken that. But we're not gonna get mad at when someone is taking watermelon and chicken and all the Black stuff that they say that we are, that's not all we are, and you making a whole mockery of it, and people are laughing. I like the video. The Chinese man in the background just laughing. He's not laughing because you're funny. He's laughing because you look ignorant, you look stupid. Like, you never seen chicken before, sir? So
Yeah,
to me,
but that's their
it's
rightful place to these people who feel that they're superior. I'm going to show something on the screen right now, right? I search for, all you have to do is look for Negro skull eugenicist, and you will see they had all different types of junk science created to help explain the state of the Negro. So they used to be like, the European skull looks like this, the Negro skull looks like this, and it's very close to a primate skull. They used to say that you loved your captivity, that you loved being enslaved, and that you didn't have the mental capacity to do much more than that. And they used to say all of these things about Black people. And so it's like, you're falling into the stereotypes of them feeling that you're subhuman. They feel that, so they have the face, the image of a European's face, and then the image of a Black person's, and how they feel that your face goes out like the monkey, and putting up the profile. And they had all of this junk science talking about, when you even think about the pictures of evolution, right? In the pictures of evolution, what do you see in the pictures of evolution? You all in the comments can tell me what do you see in the pictures of evolution, right?
From monkey, we start as monkeys.
And then what?
And then we start upright and came to man. But even when it comes to man, they don't show the version of the picture coming to man from the monkeys as the white man. It's shown as a dark-skinned man.
Thank you.
Not necessarily Black, but of darker skin.
Exactly. And then with the upright being, how does the upright being look?
Oh, the white man.
Exactly. So this is already subconsciously programming you, and many of us don't even think about this, but it's already subconsciously programming you. You go from the brown skin monkey, and then when you become civilized and walk upright, you're not a Black man, you're a white man, because that's where evolution took. So white people consider themselves to be the correction of the monkeydom from which Black people still exist. That we're just these monkey people, and that they are the upright ones. And yet we have these people who are in 2023 jumping around, one calling himself a gorilla. And I showed you all the video footage of him in the gorilla outfit dancing around. Do I need to show that to you all again? Because that's inside the video from yesterday. But so that's the image of evolution that they show. Let me see if I can find the picture of evolution.
And they also consider us and say that Black, as far as Black people, we're considered children. We're no better than children. You know, we need to be led. We need to be in charge of, because our mindset is children. And at the end of the day, what we're showing, this example is what children would do. This is not what grown people would do to even get money. Like she said, oh, they're doing that. You could be doing so much else with your social media platform, getting money. And even if you did that because you wanted to sell your soul to did that and get the money, now you have the viewers, you have that while you're still doing it.
Yeah.
You can do something else.
So I want you all to look at the screen, right? You all have seen it a million times. You've seen the picture of evolution a million times over. And it is subconsciously programming you to believe, right? It's subconsciously programming you to believe that we started out brown and monkeyish. And then you see, look, don't you see? I mean, let me put the whole thing on the screen so that you can see. Please look at the screen. What do you see? You see that you started out brown. You started out monkeyish. Then you started becoming a little more upright. You're still brown and you got some short coily hair. But then look, once you become civilized, you get whiter and whiter. If that ain't telling you the real deal of how they feel, then I don't know what is. I mean, you see it for yourself.
And less muscles. They're getting smaller and skinnier, which we supposed to be the broader. They enslaved us because we had more muscles. We were more broader. We were more bigger. All those things that's connected to the black man. You see it right in this picture. You see it went from muscular all the way to the white man. There's no more muscles, no more definition. Like, it changed everything. The hair texture even changed. Look at the hair in a woman. Like,
exactly. This is what I'm saying. And the thing is that how many of us have, I mean, we've all seen these images. They were inside of our school books. And subconsciously, listen, I'm a certified clinical hypnotherapist. The subconscious mind is programmed. You cannot help. You cannot help but your subconscious mind being programmed. And what happens when you see this is you associate, oh, monkey, brown, lighter, oh, white with straight hair. That's the evolution. And this is how we have so many races who are going around still talking about how black people are monkeys. And then now you have these men jumping and dancing around, behaving like chimps, apes, and gorilla juice. Behaving like gorilla juice. Or right. Absolutely. So you know what? Oh, last statement, and then I'm going to let you jump off.
Okay. And something kind of with the other callers doing, and not the Nigerian bashing, but I do think we have to police our community for who we let in and who we allow to speak on our behalf. Because everyone that was like Cardi B, we let her in the community. She got too comfortable. Now you're going against your own community that let you in the door. So we do have to police the people that we let come in when, like the incident with the little shady guy. Or us as black people, we want people to be on our side and see our struggle, that we just let people in when they say, hey, when they singing the same song we're singing, we're going to let them in. But now they're in, they start singing the opposite song, a different tune. So we do have to police our community of who we letting in that doesn't look like us speaking on our issues. That's the last thing.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. And you know what? I feel like it is a portion of self-hate as well. I feel like black people are allowing people from other communities. I mean, somebody brought this to I was reading an article, and it was brought to my attention 10 years ago that there were no divas, there were no music divas in our community, in our genre, that were darker than a brown paper bag. There were no super mega diva stars that were darker than a brown paper bag. All of them are, so this was what, 10 years ago. So Whitney Houston was already dead, and we were talking about all of the major divas, and I was thinking about all of the women that we had singing, and all of the women that we had singing our music that we danced to, and all of this stuff. And it was like, if we look at all of the women, they were all lighter complected, all, by and large. We had Alicia Keys and Mariah Carey. When we talk about mega stars, the divas of the genre.
Very true. Like, I'm trying to think while I'm talking to you, and it's just like
and then we got Nicki Minaj. We got Cardi B. We got, and poor Kelly. Kelly has gotten a little bit more shine from 10 years ago till now, but still she hasn't gotten to. And then Jennifer Hudson, her voice blows most of these women's voices out the water, but she never became a big major star. It was kind of like, even from the movie you know, whatchamacallit? It was like Effie had her little fro and she just never made it big.
Mm-hmm. Very true. They had to go do other things.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, but who do we have? Who do we have? I hope we have some more now.
I'm really trying to think, and it's just like we have, you know, females that's coming up that's singing, but when you say major, that's just like on the platform to the point someone's like, hey, this is, you know, who they are. Like, we don't really have that. Like, we have people coming out, like we have you know, the SZA and the Seven Streeters, but they're still being put to the back burner to the, you know, the Doja Cats. You know what I'm saying?
Ugh.
Just because those, you know what I mean? And Doja Cat has turned on her own community, and she's still producing and selling more than those ladies, and those ladies are actually better, to me, talented artists than her. So it really goes to show that color in the industry goes a lot, but that's also on our community because we dictate what is good. So we let the main media.
Hold on. I'm sorry. Hold on for a second. I'm sorry. I just need to correct people. People are talking about Diana Ross and Stephanie Mills. They're not making music now. What are you talking about? They're singing old songs. I'm talking about a diva from our genre. We have no divas from our generation. From the past 30 years, we have not one diva that has come, mega diva that has come out in the past 30 years that's brown skin. Whitney Houston is from more than 30 years ago. I hope you realize that the 80s is 40 years ago. Those of you who were born, look, those of you who know, you know. It's like Shaka Khan is not from the past 30 years either. Like, you have to understand 30 years ago is the 90s. Or is it the 2000s? Hold on. When was 30 years ago? Okay, 90s. Okay. Janet Jackson is from the 80s. I mean, come on. We're just grasping at straws now. All right.
Somebody said Brandy.
Mary J. Blige is from the, what is she? Mary J. Blige was 80s or, I don't know.
Early 90s. Mary J.
Early
Blige
90s.
Early 90s.
And is
Only
Mary J.
person I see so far in the comments that you're saying I see is Brandy. And even
Brandy's
then,
not
like
a diva.
Yeah,
she never made it to diva status. Mary J. Blige, Missy Elliott is a diva? Oh my God. Missy? Lizzo is a diva? They playing games now. They playing games. They put Lizzo up there. They playing now. They didn't put Lizzo up there.
Lauryn Hill is like, is with Erykah Badu. That's like the early.
Lauryn Hill is. Yeah, Lauryn Hill is 90s because I remember Lauryn Hill from back in the days. I remember
they're
Lauryn
early
Hill.
80s. They're like late 80s, 90s.
But Lauryn Hill is not a mega diva. She's not a mega diva. She's not a mega diva. Neither is Brandy. She's not a mega diva. They got Megan Thee Stallion
Brandy.
there.
I would give Monica over Brandy, and that's not even a mega diva either. Tiana Taylor. Somebody put Tiana Taylor as a mega diva. I love her, but you said a mega diva, Tiana Taylor. Y'all really are playing in these comments.
I know they playing.
Megan Thee Stallion.
Listen, I know. You know what, girl? Finish up what you're saying, and I'm gonna let you jump off the air.
Good one. Thank you. Great conversation. Bye-bye.
All right, you have a good one. Lord have mercy. You all playing around. You all playing over here on Beyonce's Creole internet. You all, she's that Southern Bama. She got that Creole hammer, whatever she was saying. Listen, you all playing up on her internet. You all playing games. Let me find a picture of this dude with the whole monkey situation going on. Here, if you don't believe, who don't like black people or don't like black men, it's like, come on, you think these people got his best interests at heart? All money ain't good money. I'm telling you, all money ain't. Yeah, so you saw him. Do you all need to see that again? Do I need to show that to you again so that you can see? Let's check the petition. So have you all shared the petition? Let's sign the petition. I want to see I want to see. I want to see because there's 1,000 people in here, but we don't have 1,000 signatures on the petition just yet. So let's see where we are with the signatures on the petition. Here we go. Let's see where we're at. Let's refresh. All right. So we are at 283 signatures, 285 signatures. Perfect. So you all are still signing. Wonderful. 288. Okay, so we're on our way to 300. All right. 291, 292. Oh, wow. It's going up there. Look at that. All right. So we're about to cross 300 signatures. 298. Come on, 299, 299. Come on, come on. 300, yes! All right, we just crossed 300 signatures on the petition. The petition is to stop Cardi B from speaking on Black American issues. I don't see how. Somebody said, Angie, so you know what? If you don't go sit down. Somebody said, Tonya, why do you think she is smart? There's different types of intelligence. She could be a business genius. Who knows? She writes lyrics that people love. So there's a lyrical intelligence in her. So nonetheless. But yes, so come on, sign the petition. The link is in the description of the video. I'm going to open back up the phone lines. Let me check the apples real quick. All right. So so we have 2 more apples that have come in. Tonya sends $1 and Ariel sends $1 and says, make learning and glowing an admin. Hold on. So I'm just supposed to just take people out of the comments and we got, see L right there. L is an admin. So she's on top of it right there. So yes. So thank you. If you're part of the text notification squad, listen, it takes a lot to be an admin on my page because you have to understand what it is that I like for people to get blocked for and what I consider to be, dialogue and engagement on the page. So, all right. Phone lines are open 323-488-3149. Let's get this party started. And then I'm going to show you an extended version of that footage of him in the gorilla suit because it's unbelievable. When I saw it, I was just like, uh-oh. All right. When I saw it, I was like, what is going on here with this guy? Like, it's like, is he not embarrassed for himself? Is he not embarrassed for himself? You're on the air live with Tonya. What's your name and where you calling from?
Can you hear me? Hold on, can you hear me?
Yes. What's your name and where you calling from?
I just want to say, you need to stop talking about Cardi, you funky, nasty black bitch with your ugly.
Yeah. You're on the air live with Tonya. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hi, Tonya. This is Betty from Boston, Mass.
Yes. Hi, Betty. So talk to us.
Hi.
What is your comment this evening?
Yes. Okay. So I think that Groovin Gorilla, he don't like himself. He is self-loathing. I get that vibe. Based on his background, he's from Nigeria and he's raised in Germany. And I feel like predominantly the people in Germany are white. It's possible that he might have faced a lot of racism growing up. And I know Nigerians who accept racism. They accept being called the N-word, especially men. And they think nothing of it. They don't think anything negative about it. They let their friends call them the N-word. They hang around white folks and let white people do that. They think it's funny when white people laugh at them. They don't see anything negative about it. And men like this, black men like this, they prefer to date out of their own race. They look down on black women and they prefer to date whiter, lighter people. I also feel that when you were talking about the industry and how divas are light-skinned, I feel that the industry uses black women as influence. You know, it's based off of black women and her sassiness, her attitude, but they also degrade the black woman and they give her power to the light-skinned woman, but they like to pair the light-skinned woman or the white woman with the black man. For some reason, that's the way that it is. And that's what makes money. And Cardi knows that. And like you said, she is a degree of smart. So she does know that. She knows that that's propaganda. So yeah, I feel like people like that, black men like that, they don't like themselves. They hate themselves. They're very self-loathing.
Yeah, 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 ma'am. No, I feel you on that. I feel you. Thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you.
All right. You're on the air live with Tonya. What's your name and where you calling from?
This is Valerie. How are you?
Hey, Valerie, welcome. Where are you calling in from?
I'm calling from Jersey.
All right, so talk to us, Valerie. What is your comment this evening?
I just wanted to say I find it real odd that Cardi B kind of plays the I don't know about the minstrel thing, because like being that I'm Haitian and I understand Spanish, and there's a lot of black Latinas that are always talking about like the whole minstrel show in Latin America and how much they don't like it. And if you watch like some of the Spanish shows like Telemundo and all those shows, they do that minstrel thing, and like black presenting Latinas don't like that. And I think sometimes the problem is because there's like a language barrier in like the Americas and the different languages. Sometimes what happens is black presenting people in the various Latin America and Caribbean locations don't really understand each other. So they don't realize that it's a conversation. But because she can kind of trapeze over here on a boat and then cosplay black when she feels like it, then she could go under the radar. But really, there's like so many documentaries on black Latinos and black facing and how much they don't like it. So, and that's another sad thing, because that means that she doesn't even know her own culture. Even if that was the case, okay, she says she's black, but black comes with different cultures. She's still not black American. I'm Haitian. I'm not black American. There's some things as a black American I don't understand, but I was raised here and I went to the same school here, and I understand their plight, and I'm going to respect them if they say that. I have cousins married to black American men. I didn't know about Juneteenth until it was a black American, like one of my black American cousin's husband that told me about that, and I respect that. The same way if it was a Jewish person and they were telling me about whatever in Germany, I'm going to respect that. You can't come and then come into someone else's country and do that. All the while, if you go to Dominican Republic, you can't do that. You can't go to DR and tell Dominicans what to do, because they have a whole bunch of anti-Haitianism over there. You can't tell them what to do. So how do you expect to come over here and tell other people what to do?
Yeah, that is true. That is very true. Thank you so much, Valerie. We appreciate that. Thank you.
And my last comment is, what I find is a lot of times, sometimes with black men, sometimes they marry an other, and then they come in to kind of oversee over black women. Because if you look, even in Haitian history, if you go to Papa Doc, he was married to like a Syrian woman, and she caused havoc in Haiti. Like she was spending money and destroying the economy and everything. So for me, like, you have to sometimes watch these others that come into black
Who
spaces.
came into Haiti and caused havoc?
Well, Papa Doc in the 80s, he married Michelle Burnett. She was like a Haitian Syrian, and she was selling like people's dead bodies, family members' dead bodies. They didn't know about it. She was selling Haitians into sugar cane. Child, it was a whole drama. And, because she was married to like, a black president, so she got away with that in her adjacency by way of being born Haitian but not of black color. Like, it made her get away with a lot of stuff. She even brought in drugs and everything. Child, bye. You have to always be careful with these others that come in and present themselves in a culture. I never hear Cardi B talk about Dominican issues. I never hear her
Yeah.
talk about Trinidadian issues. Why doesn't she talk about those issues? Why doesn't she talk about, the sexualization of the Dominican woman? Of course she's not going to do that because she does that
Mhm.
herself, and she lives off of the gaze of black men and the money they give her because she sells herself like a minstrel herself. So that's why she
Oh,
doesn't do
wow.
that. There's a whole bunch of issues she can talk on that she doesn't speak on herself. That has nothing to do with
That
Black
is
American
true.
culture. And if you don't know, why don't you speak to Black people? At the end of the day, her daughter might present Black, and she might end up in those same positions later on. So what she's gonna do then? So it's just a very awkward thing for me. Like if there's
Wow.
even though we're all Black, there's different cultures, and you have to respect other people's culture. I'm Haitian. I'm
Yeah.
going to respect African Americans' culture. I'm not going to come here and say, oh, well, I need reparations, and I just showed up here. Like, you need to stay in
Yeah.
your place and know your lane.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. You know what? I'm a little confused. So you're saying Papa Duck was a Haitian dictator?
Yeah, Duvalier was a Haitian dictator, and he married a white Syrian. And actually,
Oh.
his father, who was Duvalier, was against it because it was like the white or biracials. It was a whole thing in Haiti, and then it just
Okay.
there's always been this governmental separation, which is even why now like Haiti has its own issues, like the white elite, which is like more like 3%. So there's always been like a
Really?
dichotomy of separation in many different countries. Even South Africa, you have like your colors, and then you have your
Right,
darker
right, right,
people.
right,
It's
right.
only in the
You
United
know why I
States
was
that they
confused?
integrate.
Yeah, it's true. Why I
Huh?
was confused is because there's a YouTuber by the name of Papa Duck. And so I thought you were talking about, so I didn't know that I didn't know that he named himself after a Haitian dictator. That's really interesting. But he spells
Yeah,
his
well, it
name.
was his son Duvalier, but Papa Duck was
Oh,
his father, and he was very against the whole like
interesting.
mixing and
Interesting.
stuff.
Okay,
But
okay.
anyway,
Well, you know what? Thank you
all
so
right.
much for calling in. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So here's the footage that I wanted to show you of this guy. So this is the grooving gorilla. So he dressed himself up as with a monkey hat on. So it's like he knew what he was doing. Let me turn down the music. He's beating his chest. It's like he knows what he's doing. Like, why? Why do this? Why do this? And then he started walking away, beating the ground, pounding it like a monkey. It's like he just wants people to know how big of a monkey he is. It's sad. That's not self-love right there. That's not self-love. Making a mockery of yourself in for racial degradation, for the laughter of your oppressors. That's not self-love. That's not self-love. And so somebody sent me a video from Cardi B. So we're going to take a look at the video from Cardi B, and then we are going to and then we're going to read the apples, then we're going to talk about the self-love lesson, and then we're going to get out of here. Actually, it looks like this is going to be the last thing that we're going to be able to do before the apples. So get your last apples in now. Join my other page, www.youtube.com/at Tonya TKO clips. Right. And join that page over there. That's where I put the shorter clips up at. And so let's take a look at this, right?
Same traditions, like, and I feel like people need to really understand, because people just don't be understanding shit. Like, it's like, oh, Cardi's Latin, she's not black, and it's just like, bro, my features don't come from fucking white people fucking, okay?
Actually, they do. Some of your features come from Caucasians. I mean, she even said it herself, and we played earlier in the video how she does not feel as if she's black. She feels that when she's in a relationship with a black man, that she's in an interracial relationship. So she admitted herself years ago that she didn't feel that she was black. So here, let's take a look at the petition. We're going to get back to her thing. So we are at 301 signatures. Let's refresh and see where we are at. 322. Wow, we're really moving up there. Thank you all so much. I really appreciate it. And remember, we are not mad at Cardi. We're not upset with her. We merely want her to educate herself before she speaks on certain issues. So let's finish watching some more of this here. Somebody said her face comes from plastic surgery. Y'all ain't right.
And they always want to raise bait when it comes to me. That's why I have Afro features. It's like, oh, but your parents are light skinned. Your parents are this. All right, but my grandparents aren't. Well, matter of fact.
First of all, your parents are not light skinned. Light skin is a word that comes from a light complected black person. Your parents are not light skinned, Cardi. We showed her parents at the bottom of the petition. So this is her mother. She looks like she looks mixed. She is Trinidadian. And this is her father. Her father looks kind of Indianish, you know, and he's Dominican. Both of her parents look mixed. I don't really know what she's talking about, light skin. This is more than just light skin.
In fact, my grandfather, both my grandfathers, they both got green eyes. And my grandmothers, one of them, she's really like fair color. She's a little darker than me. And the other one from my mom's side, she's really, really dark. Because people from the Caribbean islands, it's a mixture. You know what I'm saying? It's like the first places where the slaves were taken to.
And you see how she's calling them slaves? These were enslaved Africans.
Especially the Dominican Republic. It was one of the first places. And people don't be knowing that shit. And then they just be so confused and they want to dictate your race so bad. And it's like, bro, pick up a passport, pick up a book so you could fucking know.
Wait, I'm sorry. Is she telling other people to pick up a book? It's no wonder her fans are cursing people out. They just as ignorant as she is.
And know the oppression that these countries went through. And these people from these countries went through. Now it wasn't only America that went through some shit.
Exactly. So you don't know about what happened on American soil, or maybe you don't have context for it. So because some things happen, and so imagine somebody coming to you and and there's some people who are making fun of compañeros, the people, I don't know what the compensados, whatever the people from the campos are called, right? And making fun of them and acting real kind of campo-ish and all of that. Especially if people were killed and hurt and mocked and denigrated. And then now in 2023, somebody behaving this way. So I don't understand what she's defending.
These countries went through some shit as well.
She's telling other people to pick up a book.
Gosh, I feel like we're never gonna get home.
Ugh.
Nah, cause it's crazy, right? Because some island women, some artists, they are from like the same islands as me. People will be like, oh, they black, but because Cardi speaks Spanish, she's not black, even though we have similar features, same skin complexion. But no, they wanna not put Cardi in it because I speak Spanish. They wanna act like when Cardi used to go to the motherfucking stores, these white bitches wasn't behind me like, can I help you? Can I help you? Can I help you? Can I help you? Like if Cardi didn't come from a hood that continuously get oppressed.
Oh God, somebody please educate her. Being from the hood doesn't mean that you're black. Being followed in a store doesn't mean that you're black. Like I don't even know. I mean, she doesn't even know what being black is. She stated in the Vlad interview that she considers herself to be a different race than a black person. Now all of a sudden she's dancing to the beat of a different drum.
People get treated like shit.
Being treated like shit doesn't mean that you're black. Ugh.
And I didn't grow up with I didn't grow up like or on some like people hang.
Oh my God.
A certain group of people hang out with a certain group of people. A certain group of people hang out with a certain group of people. I'm from New York. Like, we don't do that. Everybody just fuck with each.
You're a goddamn lie. You are a goddamn lie. I'm from the same Bronx you're from. There was definitely racial cliques. There were cliques in school based on how light you were, whether you were from Puerto Rico or the Dominican Republic, how straight your hair was, how much of the phenotype you had of the oppressors. Don't fucking lie on New York like that. First of all, New York is a fucking segregated ass city. This is why you're talking about you from the hood. This is why you're talking about you were going to stores and people would follow you around because you didn't look like you was from around there. Cardi, come on. Stop this. I mean, you talking this shit, but people from New York just like you. I'm from the same Bronx. There are definitely cliques. And there's definitely, what are you talking about? There's definitely, you go into the hair salon to get your hair blow dried, and there's definitely people standing there talking Spanish as if you don't understand it. There's definitely people who think that they're better than you because they happen to have more mixed phenotype and DNA. It's like, we can't have an honest conversation if you're not going to be truthful. Come on. Are you going to try to pretend as if colorism doesn't exist even in your island of the Dominican Republic? Are you going to pretend as if there isn't a saying, mejorar la raza? You don't know what that means? Mejorar la raza? Come on. You know what that means. For those of you who don't know, mejorar la raza means to make the race better. And how you make the race better is by mixing with white people so that people tell their children that they got to make the race better so that they go mate with white people to sanitize it, to get the black out. Come on, like, Cardi, let's have a real conversation about this. Like, we can't have an honest conversation if we're going to be lying. Talking about you from New York so people don't separate. I mean, New York is separated. This is why Bed-Stuy do or die. Now that white people have been branching out because Manhattan has become so expensive, this is why they're pushing their way up into the Bronx, Brooklyn, because white people now are now needing this real estate. All of these red line districts. Cardi, most likely wherever it is that you were born in the Bronx was a red line district. And so now that all of these, did you know that in the Bronx has the highest instance of childhood asthma because of whatever it is that is going on in the air, in the buildings, whatever it is. They redlined us into parts of the Bronx. Black people couldn't buy houses in other places. So New York is a segregated city. Upper West Side, Lower East Side, Gramercy, Chelsea, Hell's Kitchen, all of these places are segregated. What are you talking about? And so now you're going to try to pretend now as if there's no colorism, as if there's no separateness in New York. So New York is a melting pot, yes, but there's hierarchies and there are cliques. New Yorkers, do you hear what I'm saying?
Each other, everybody have the same enemy, and the enemy is the police. Everybody gets oppressed where I'm from by the same people. Everybody over here.
Now she's trying to turn this into a police matter?
Gets everybody here, whether they Puerto Rican, Dominican, Jamaican, Haitian, African American. Every single time when a guy or a woman gets harassed, everybody have each other's back here. It's not like, oh, well, they ain't my people, so we ain't taking up for them. That's not how it works out here. That's not how it works.
You believe her? Because I'm from New York. I mean, you all saw West Side Story. West Side Story was about New York. Oh my God, what is she talking about? She said from her own mouth that black guys would come to her and be like, I don't date black girls. That's everybody just having, everybody's just, kumbaya, it's a big melting pot. So then why were they specifically seeking you out when they don't date black girls and you still dated them? Like, how do you date a person who's like, I don't date black girls? So she was okay. If you didn't see that clip, go to the beginning, go to the earlier part of the video and watch that. I'm gonna check these. I'm gonna check the apples. I'm gonna check the petition. I can tell how many of you didn't go to the petition because you all are talking about her father and this, that, and the other. We showed her father. Her father is from the Dominican Republic. Her mother is from Trinidad. We keep showing it again and again here. We'll show it again. That's her dad. He looks Indianish. That's her mother. She's from Trinidad. She looks mixed. And then let's refresh and see how many signatures we have before we jump out of here. Make sure you share this in text. Share this on Twitter. We have 335 signatures. Yes. We are more than halfway to 500, right? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to check the apples and then I'm going, wow, we have 341 signatures. Now I'm going to leave the page up. So let me refresh and check the last remaining apples. Finance Diva sends $1 for support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. So we have brought in $76 here. We've brought in $76 during this broadcast for the Apple. So thank you. I appreciate all of you for sending the Cash Apps through, for writing in the comments, for signing the petition. Share the petition, get it into the hands of more people who are interested in signing it. It's like, everybody's not going to be interested in signing it, and that's okay. But for the people who are, maybe we can create a change. Maybe we can get somebody to help Cardi agree to speaking with an African-American studies scholar and educate herself. Educate yourself, Cardi, please. Please, because it's like, if you're going to talk about how everybody's all kumbaya, then let's really talk about what the truth of the matter is. So listen, I want you all to tell me what is the self-love lesson that you learned from today's video. Type out SLL so that I know that you're talking about the self-love lesson. So I want to see what it is that you've learned about yourself. So our Twitchy is making a comment and says, the Twitchy made a comment and was like, I'm from Brooklyn. But, I'm from Brooklyn. Honestly, if you live on our side of Flatbush Avenue, the cops is the only thing to worry about. They bother everyone. That's funny. That's funny. Well, in different parts, look, because you know what? I remember I went to this party in Manhattan where they had Coke at the party. It was a New Year's Eve party. And I said, let me get the hell out of here before the police bust in here. But you know what? The police never showed up. But this was way back in the days when I used to live in the Bronx. And when I went back up to the Bronx, that's where the police were. They weren't down there where the white people were sniffing Coke in the open at a damn party. Because when I saw them passing around Coke, I said, what the F? I said, let me get the hell out of here. And I left with the quickness. And I looked around, there were no cop cars in Manhattan. When I got back up to the Bronx, that's where all the cop cars were. So the cops don't police everybody the same. Not in New York. You remember Stop and Frisk? How it disproportionately affected people of color in areas of color? So we can't pretend as if there is no difference. Lord have mercy. All right, let me pull up the petition. Let me see. SLL, stay in your lane and quit trying to be something you're not. I want you to hear I want you to type out the self-love lesson is yourself. What did you learn about yourself? What change do you need to make in your life? What new perspective for loving yourself have you learned? So it's not about your self-love lesson is not about telling somebody else to stay in their lane. What have you learned for yourself? That's the point of the self-love lesson. So come on. SLL, beware. Oh, it went by too fast. Change only happens when you speak up. That's a good one. Humpty says, I signed SLL, be yourself. Okay. Which would be myself, because you're speaking from your point of view. Don't allow people from other cultures to tell your story and sully it in the process. Yes. Well, you know what? I want us to speak our self-love lessons from the me. I want to see you type I, me, my. I want you to see, so that sentence would change to don't allow people to tell my story. That is the self-love lesson. Gatekeep my image and what it means to be Black or African American. Yes, yes. SLL, protect my identity. So I want these self-love lessons to come in from the my and I. So SLL, I must be pretty great if everyone wants to be like me. Yes. SLL, education is self-love. Yes. Yes. SOL, I will be myself. Perfect, 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 perfect. These are wonderful. SOL, I have no right to tell someone else how to feel and vice versa. Absolutely. SOL, continue to engage and gain new information. Yes. Yes. I am already complete. Type SLL so that I know that you're typing out the self-love lesson. And let me pull up the petition so we can see how we're doing in terms of the petition. We're at 340 signatures. SLL, I didn't know a lot of her music and never will now. Be aware of your skin always. So put it from the my point of view. SLL, don't sell my dignity. SLL, speak up for myself and what I think. SLL, I want to move to the Bronx so that I can be a part of the loving community. Okay. All right. SLL, don't let people gaslight me into thinking non-Black people are Black. Child, SLL, let's love ourselves and make others respect us. So change that to the I and me, because the self-love lesson is I or me. Okay? So let's see. So now we are at 366 signatures. Yes. 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 SLL, I am already complete. SLL, don't let people guilt me for protecting my ancestors. I love this. I love this. Yes. Yes. These are wonderful. Keep coming. Keep coming. Let me do the music for one more round. So you got another minute to put up your SLL. Always be learning and speaking facts. Stand for something or fall for anything. Protect FBA. Stop harassing celebrities because of your own insecurities. So change that around to I will stop harassing. So Mansa, change that around for yourself. The lesson that you learned is to not harass celebrities. So that is your self-love lesson. And don't harass celebrities. Don't. SLL, stop supporting cultural appropriation. So you will stop celebrating or supporting, because you have to say what it is that you have learned, the self-love lesson you've learned, right? SLL, I am responsible for gatekeeping my lineage and culture. Absolutely. I will not be guilted by trying to gatekeep my image like everyone else does. Don't accept the program and understand the mindset that render the results. Change my mindset, change my results without selling my soul on God. Perfect, perfect. SLL, you will stop bullying Latinas into claiming Black, then complain when they do. Right, don't bully people. Don't bully people. Don't bully people. Don't do that. All right, let's see what else. That person had to get their comments taken off the screen because I feel like they're trolling. So SLL, our Black is beautiful and no one can take that away from us, even if everyone wants to invade our spaces. I will always do my own research before listening to celebs. I learned to keep the supports out and support behind the line of Black rallies so their house business is fixed by us. I accept my peaceful Pan-African approach and love everybody Black, okay? People have no level of inflection. I want you to change that to you so you learn that you have no level of inflection. All right. So let me just check the apples one last time. Make sure I have everything. So here, so let me put these last on the screen. And so Ayan sends $1, Random Thoughts sends $5 and says, I'm all for the Second Amendment, but I'm fed up with her antic. Okay, you mean Second Amendment is the right to bear arms. Are you talking about the First Amendment right of free speech? Melvina sends $2 and says, enjoyed the show. Thank you. I appreciate that. So we brought in $84 for today's broadcast. So I appreciate each and every one of you. We're $16 away from an even 100. So I appreciate that. You can also send me apples after I'm off air, and I'll send you an emoji back to let you know that I got it. So I'm going to tell you all the self-love lesson that I learned from today's video, right? All right. So go out there and love one another. Most importantly, love yourself. And part of loving yourself is be the change you want to see. So I learned that if you want something done, do it. So rather than, this was my first campaign that I've ever done on change.org. I've never done one before, but I thought that since Cardi is looking at change for things to talk about, I was hoping that we could really enact some change and really get the dialogue started for people like Cardi with large influential platforms to be able to educate themselves, to speak from a place of knowledge and being informed rather than just talking off the cuff, because there may be things that we're talking about that we're not very well versed in. You know, so I learned today, even though, you know, it's a tremendous risk to create, because Cardi has a lot more followers than I do. It was a tremendous risk for me to create this campaign, but I thought it was important. So please, by all means, share the campaign, share it with people who may want to sign it yourself, and I will see you all in the next broadcast. Tonya TKO, and I am out. Be the change that you want to see in the world. I learned that I must be the change I want to see. Thank you all so much, and I will see you all in the next video. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, there's a few more apples that have come in. So let me just read these before we jump out. Here. So Latoya sends $1 and says, I feel like I'm in class with your videos. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. That means you're learning. And then Finance Diva sends $4. So now we are at 89. So I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. We are 11. We are 11 away from an even 100. Let me look at the petition again and see where we're at. We're at 368 signatures. Let me refresh just to make sure that we have all of them. So let's see where we're at. 393. Oh my goodness. We are almost at 400 signatures. Wow. I am excited about this. Share it on your Instagram. Put the link inside of your profile. Share. Send this to a text this to somebody. Tell them, because the whole purpose of this is not to shame, harass, or bully Cardi or to denigrate her. That's the purpose of this is to help her get educated. So I am excited by that. I'm excited. Let me refresh. Hey, we did it. We crossed over. We got 105 in. Yay! And we are 393 signatures. So come through, 7 more signatures to reach 400. There's still 830 people on here on YouTube. If you have not, you can go ahead and jump out and just go ahead and sign the petition. The link is in the description on every platform. So you can share this on LinkedIn, share this in your text message, share it on WhatsApp, share it share it in your Telegram groups, share it in your Facebook Messenger, share it on your Facebook page if you're so inclined, share it on your Twitter page. That way people who may not have come into contact with it will see it. Let's see, 393. Let's see if we're going to get to 400 before I jump out of here. Let's see. We are... How did it go? Hold on. Let me refresh that because it was at 393. I think they stagger it to make it look like it's coming in. So it says 375, but we know it was just at 393. So 376. Let it just jump back up to where it was before. 378. Come on. 379, 380. Come on. 383. Come on. Oh my goodness. The link to sign is in the description of this video. So here, I'll post it inside of the chat here. Let me grab the copy link and post it here. So that is the link to sign right there. I just put it inside of the chat. I just put it in again on YouTube, but also all you have to do is click out of the chat area and then go into the so we're still at 393. We haven't gotten any new signatures. Come on, I want 7 more signatures before we jump out of here. Let me refresh it again and see where we're at. Let's see where we're at. Let's see. I'm excited. It's 550 at the end of the wash. I don't know what that means. 3, come. It's scrolling up slowly. Come on. 390, 391, 392, 393. Oh, we're stuck at 393, y'all. Okay. Well, you know what? It looks like we're not going to get to 400 before the broadcast ends. But what we will do is the petition is going to be up from henceforth. So I think we did a good job in getting up to 393. So hopefully by tomorrow morning, we will be at maybe 500. Just continue to share. And I will see you all in the next video. Tonya TKO. And I am out. Go out there and love one another. Most importantly, love yourself. The link to sign is in the description. I just posted it inside of the chat. And then what I'll do is on YouTube, I'll pin it to the top so that you'll be able to see it whenever you come to YouTube. I'll also put it up on my community profile. All right. So I'll see you all later. Thank you all so much for coming out. Let me check the apples one last time to make sure we got all of them. Oh, so we did get some last apples in that I didn't read. Finance Diva sent $4. Aretha sent 16, said love the show, and Paulina sent 5. So thank you. I'll see you all in the next video. I am out. Peace, everyone.